G'day, g'day, g'day. It's the MathematicalKM. That's not a title, they're my initials. Okay, I just thought I'd make a little bit of a video on how a combination of Chessable and GCHESS have been really helping me lately. GCHESS can only have been helping me lately. I think it's less than a month old. But just looking at my rating over here, in the last 30 days, it's gone up 79. Currently 1082. Not too long ago, it was 980. Right, so let's have a quick look. This is in chess.com. And mostly I've become a bit of a nationalist. What? Oh, bad word. No, English, French, and Dutch. Like this time last year, I knew that there were such a thing as openings. I didn't know what any of them actually were. So I picked three to hopefully cover me through a lot of situations, being English, French, Dutch. Now, 91.5, beating Manchester United 100 dude. Let's have a look at this most recent game, 32 moves. And we go into the analysis. You can see a little graph here. Didn't go swimmingly for me at the start. I obviously missed something when I could have been at 701. And we'll have to have a look at how the opening went. And eventually it was just through playing and fighting and scrapping that I ended up with the win. But in terms of learning the opening, which is Chessable, and that's where we want to know where we went wrong, because I want to become better with my openings to get into better situations, and then hopefully my scrapping skills will get me more wins. Looks like it has been over the last month. So it's still in book, but ouch, that's not happy for an English, that pawn coming in there. And that's a mistake. It looks like, according to chess.com, I should have taken, but very much wanting to learn the Botvinnik English, so it'll be interesting to see what Chessable Ginger GM course has to say about it. But let's just quickly, just out of interest, what could have happened? I see, said the blind man, not looking long distance. I could have trapped his rook and all of this would have been over a lot quicker. Let's just go quickly. I think I thought I could win pawn dash with his doubled pawns. That's why I took his knight to double the pawn down there. Let's put my queen there. Computer didn't like it. But pigs on the 7th rank, I think it's called in the... And from there, he's gone. But coming quickly to, that's all chess.com. So what's the value adding of, well, Chessable's got the Move Trainer and the Simon videos to teach you, but the new stuff from GCHESS, you search all of your games on chess.com and Chess, whichever opening you happen to be wanting to look at the moment. So I've got Iron English Botvinnik, white, search, today's date, there's the game, study needed 4D3. So let's have a look at this game. Now, there's what I should have done, and there's what I did do, but I've had that much from chess.com, so why am I paying $10 a month? Well, there's a lot more that's here. You can already see that it's in multiple courses, Hypermodding Open, this English opening. I think that's probably a Ginger GM website course. There's Chessable's, the one I've got. Theory 4C, and the move that we're looking at that caused me problems was 3D5 after I moved G2. And this is kind of cool. You can follow how it should go right here, right now, without needing to go to Chessable. And when you want to come back to your own game, you just click. Now, we will go to Chessable in just a couple of seconds to see how that goes, but this were there any over-the-board games by players just a little bit better? Hikaru and Ishigiri, Fabiano, Nepo, lots better than me. So, but it's early. And following through my game, and we're out of other people following, because that really was a bit of a mistake. And there's a message right there. It just really wasn't the right thing to do. So we come back. Okay, and you can get the list of win, loss, draw over all the people. And this is all over the board. You do the same thing with games on chess.com. And you can see the result of the games as well. And if I want to see how this Hikaru Furuja went, I can load the PGN and keep it in my own saved games. So this is more like how it probably should have gone. And I can flick back to my own game by clicking on the highlighted one. We can go deeper into my game to see. Looks like I'm the only one who's gone there. So that knight move is a real mistake. But there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 or 7 games here. Bit of a message in the result. Oh, black, 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 it's hidden. Oh, actually, that's me. I won later on by fighting in a scrap and another black. But bar my game, they're all victories for black. But they probably they didn't move the knight to d5. They've probably done something a little bit smarter than what I did, even though I ended up winning. Let's have a look. I see my knight got take. I ended up losing a pawn, but if black takes my knight here, I end up getting a Botvinnik style grip in the middle and not losing a pawn. Much smarter. Let's go to the next game. That same smart move. If my knight gets taken, I get the Botvinnik grip. Backwards? I think I prefer the other one, which everybody except me and the guy who went backwards did that. So you can see how I'm getting a lot of information about not just what I should play, but also who played other things and how it ended up going for them. In just a couple of minutes, you're getting a bit of a panel of experts telling you about each move. And again, click on the highlighted bit to get back to your own game. And yep, so I lost the pawn. Compare this to still having the Botvinnik grip with the knights gone. This is the knight's gone and my pawns are a lot worse. I was kind of lucky to fight my way back into the game and win that one. But this is interesting, seeing how all of, I guess you could say, my betters, and mean it, how they have played. And you could take a look at some of the ones that White's won, and Hikaru playing here. Wonder how he went about the business. He takes, which is what chess.com recommended. But really, I want to see and use the move trainer in Chessable. So if I come back, it's going to be in theory 4C. And yes, I can sort of move it along here, but I want to use the move trainer, watch Simon's videos, and get all of the Chessable pluses. I've grabbed a whole lot out of GCHESS, but now GCHESS is sending me to theory 4C. So you can see I'm working on the Iron English Botvinnik course, but I actually haven't. You can see I've just dipped a little bit into some of these other ones where it has come up in games I've played, watched a bit of the video, done a tiny bit of the lines that I actually encountered. And how's my short-term memory? Learning openings. I believe it was 4C. Okay, so theory 4C. And I won't do it now, but I am going to watch Simon's 40-minute video. But you can see 3G3, D5. That's what I was coming up against. I will go to the move trainer once I've finished making this little vid. But this is just taking us through the theory. And you've got the comments on the right-hand side as well. There will be several lines that go with that taking of the pawn. And they should be a little more comfortable than not taking with the pawn. Even that better knight move that gave the Botvinnik grip, all 7 of those games were wins for black. So I am going to come back to Chessable, watch Simon's videos and go through these lines. So it's a combination of playing in chess.com, getting the initial analysis and seeing, look into the distance, that plus 701 that I missed, but also seeing how well the opening worked for me, and really not that well, but not terribly either. And then seeing how it ended up being a fight that I won. But you can get a little bit from chess.com. GCHESS brings together all of my English games that I've had, and I can see where I've made mistakes and need to go. The not covered is where it is branched from the English, and you can usually, if there's a move that branches away, there should be some way of punishing it. But I'd need to take a look at those. But study needed is where I've done something in the wrong order, or where it's a line I've not seen before, like as we just saw there. The reverse Sicilian, that E5, D5 coming from black. But it's all just a mess of, yeah, sure, they're all English, but what lines are they? And we won't go too much into it, but you can see that I've English versus Dutch, English versus 1D5, English versus 3D5. And you can save the games that you've played, and you can also save games that you've found by the masters in there. I'm just trying to... Okay, English versus 1D5. There might be the 1 or 2 games of mine, but I've also saved a whole bunch of other ones to look at by other players. And you can see that I've got English versus Dutch. I've got a whole bunch of English folders because I'm trying to learn the English. I'm also trying to learn the Dutch and the French. And you can see there's Hikari, not a game I was involved in, but these will all be French advanced games. And a couple that I've won both those two, and others that I've been looking at. So I hope that's a quick little overview of how I'm coming from chess.com, getting a little bit of value adding in chess.com. And in chess.com, I'm trying to implement the courses that I have purchased and am working on a French, Dutch, and English in Chessable. But GCHESS kind of brings it all together, sends me to the correct bit of Chessable to see what I needed to do but didn't. And it's also giving me lots of games by the masters and other high-rated players, showing me what they've done and how their games went. So in short, I don't know if it'll go this well for everybody, but I come back to the last 30 days, gone up by 79 rating points, and really enjoying my chess, and I'm having fun learning what I should have done, what I didn't do, and doing my best to, fool me once, that's okay, but fool me twice, and that's on me. So there's more green than red just in recent history since I've been really working on combining these 3 things: chess.com, Chessable courses, and GCHESS. Okay, so I guess you could call that a bit of a, I'm not sure if it's an ad for GCHESS, but it certainly showed how it's helping me. So bye from the Mathematical KM.